My name is Merritt. I'm with InStyle Atlanta, and I have such a fantastic treat for you all today. I am interviewing two amazing women, Courtney Rhodes and Dina Marto. They are two women who started an all women led agency called C&D The Agency. We're going to dive in. Stay tuned. You do not want to miss it. So, before we start it, you guys know I love to start my interviews with the lightning round. So it means I'm going to ask you all some questions. Whatever comes to mind, you're not going to try to tell, like, don't give me a filter version. Whatever pops to your mind, that's what you're answering. Are you
All
ladies
right,
ready?
let's go.
We are
Okay.
ready.
So let's figure out the order because it's two people at one time. So who wants to go first? And then you will know that whatever we're doing, we're bouncing questions off. Courtney, do you want to go first or Dina,
Yeah,
do you want to
perfect.
go?
I'll
Okay.
go first.
So, Courtney, we're gonna start with you.
Okay.
A book that shaped your life from childhood.
Um, so the whole series of Sweet Pickles, honestly, there's no particular one. I think Goose Goof Off is probably my favorite, but the whole series.
Awesome. Thank you. Dina, what's your favorite book?
My favorite book is I have to think of the name. Hold on one second. The geez, okay, this is a hard one because I have two. Let's go with Godwink.
Oh, good. Okay, good one.
Have you
Okay.
read that one?
I have. It's been a very, very long time though.
It's
But I'm
one of my
actually. It's funny because I'm putting my list together for next year. I'm about to add that back to my for
added.
my list for next. Yep, perfect. Okay, Courtney, favorite TV show.
Girlfriends.
Dina, favorite movie.
The Notebook. I know. You just can't not cry every time you see The Notebook.
It's true. It's such a good
and Braveheart. And I will say both of those are like my top two.
Braveheart is like a more
because you
tearjerker
have
for
like
me.
you have the battle, you have like the love, romantic, and then you have like the fighting. I mean, you have everything that you need from a
You
man.
don't even realize that movie is as long as it is, but it needs to be that long. Braveheart is a good one.
Yeah.
Okay. Courtney, who should everyone follow?
Michelle Obama.
Dina, same question.
Okay, let me think. Jeez, that's a hard one. I follow the Shade Room
That's a fun one.
for all my like gossip news. I mean, that's what I follow.
And
Fair.
she keeps me in the loop, so you can.
Yes, I do.
Fair. Okay. Courtney, Instagram or Twitter?
Instagram.
Dina, iPhone or Android?
Definitely an iPhone.
Courtney, dark chocolate or milk chocolate?
Milk chocolate.
Okay. Dina, your favorite dessert?
I love all desserts, but anything with chocolate will do. Chocolate and peanut butter combined, or chocolate and raspberry combined.
Okay. Courtney, your favorite group? You're over.
That's a good one. Diana Ross and the Supremes.
I love her. Dina, favorite song?
There's no way I can pick that. I've been in the music business for 20 years and I love music and everything. There's no way I can pick a favorite. It's not absolutely
fair. Fair. Okay. Last questions, lady. Courtney, the best gift that you have received?
My daughter.
Dina, the best gift that you've given?
The best gift that I've given. My friends would say I'm a really good gift giver. So it's hard to say, but Ricky Stewart, who's actually one of our clients, 5-time Grammy Award winning producer, I got him an original photograph of one of the original photographs of Prince from this, and I framed it for him. I shipped it from LA and he has it up in his house and it's really a great gift.
Nice.
Awesome. See, you could
edit around. You'll edit around that.
Yeah, it's fine. Okay, so ladies, I want to jump into our interview today. And so one of the things I really, really admired and like really am excited to learn a little bit more about the two of you and your agency and your journey and your background. is really around like I am launching a column, a safe space for Black girls and career advice. My background is in HR. My background is also in recruiting. And I've noticed a lot of times, especially like over the last few years, a lot of girlfriends are like, girl, let me tell you about this, or like, girl, let me tell you about that. And what do I do here? And what's your experience? And so I thought, you know what? It's probably a really good thing for us to have just a safe space for us to be able to ask those questions and get really targeted advice. And so I learned more about you all and more about your journey. And I wanted to just start just to get and dig into a little bit more about the two of you. So if you all can tell me just kind of where you're from, how did you guys get into the music industry? And then how did the two of you guys meet and decide, you know what, it's time for us to branch out and make our own thing?
You want me to start first, Courtney?
Sure.
So I'm in the music business. Courtney has not been in music, but she has worked in entertainment. So I started I started a PR firm when I was 19 in college. And then I met L.A. Reid, who handpicked and hired me to work on his team at Island Def Jam. I was on his A&R team and was the executive assistant to the late, great Shakir Stewart, and ran the Atlanta Def Jam office, which is how I know Carmen.
Mm-hmm.
And then I left after 6 years where I was the A&R coordinator for Young Jeezy, Rick Ross, Nas, LL Cool J, and the list goes on. And I built my own recording studio, 12 Music and Studios in Midtown. And I also did artist development and talent management. And then I got T.I. called me, who's an old friend, and we worked together before, back when I was doing kind of internships, and he wanted me to be back on his team. So now I'm on his management team. And then Courtney and I have been friends for a very long time. We have mutual friends, and we actually work together with my ex-business partner. And we've always talked about doing business together. And we've done projects here and there, but when the pandemic hit, we realized like it was our time to kind of focus in and get quiet and really hone in on our purpose. And we both realized that we want our greater purpose is to mentor the next generation of women leaders. So we decided to team up and build this company where we're going to give opportunity specifically to minority women and build an all women's team.
It's so amazing. I don't know, Courtney, if there's anything, I mean, it's so amazing. Courtney, is there anything else you also want to add?
No, I think she covered it. My background is more in marketing and media. I ran for 6 years media properties for Clear Channel, which was iHeart. Left there and then started consulting, basically doing exactly what we're doing now, but we just decided to merge our talents in our firm. So Dina covered it, but that's, I mean, the heart of it is that we want to certainly be a big part of cultivating the next generation of women leaders. So that's what we're all about.
Yeah, thank you for that. I'm curious about like just you all's vast experience in being in the professional setting and also being in the corporate setting as well. I'm curious if there were any trends where you saw that like there was a huge need for you all to start cultivating what the next generation was. So like, were there any trends that you all saw as far as being able to have access to promotions, being able to have access to resources, especially for women? And the reason I ask that is because a lot of the questions that come up for me is around how there's huge disparities for women, especially to be able to just be successful. So I'm curious if you all kind of want to speak about that.
I can take that one for sure. I don't think it's a trend. I think you hit the nail on the head. Like, as long as we have, you know, our entire history has been about a disparity in pay between men and women. And if we look at the numbers now, on the high end, Asian women make about 97 cents per dollar for every male with equal education and on a level playing field. And it goes all the way down to 57% for 57% for Indian Americans, right? So if you can imagine, that's between like 50 literally to 90% of what a man makes. And so because both of us kind of built our careers in male dominated industries, I think we were blessed enough to learn how to ask for our worth. And I think that's an important thing that we certainly want to help women to understand. Like, number one, we are the ones getting stuff done. Like women make things happen. Again, that's not a trend. No matter how successful a company or even a man is, honestly, there's a team of rock star women behind them making it, making things happen. That's just in our nature, it's how we work. And so I think when we start talking about, recently we hear this narrative about the future being female, we believe that, but if that's really the case, then we really have to be allies to make sure that other women are getting opportunities, that they're getting equal pay. And for us, that's just super important because it's something that we have a little bit of experience in, and we want to share that knowledge.
Yep. Dina, is there anything else you want to add just from your perspective in the music industry?
Yeah, I would add that Courtney hit it on the nail, but it's still a constant journey for me to understand my worth and value and to demand what I deserve in that space. So it is a work in progress, and it's about building up our confidence and building up our credibility and having people. And that's why this company is so important, is having that guidance from other women that have done it before, that can help pave the way for you. And what I realized in the music industry is when I started, there was only a handful of women that were in executive or C-suite positions. Most of the women were always in administrative or supportive roles. And now that's changed. It's gotten better, but it's still this gap. And I never was mentored by women. I was always mentored by men, which I'm grateful for, but I want to make that change. And that's what we're doing.
Right.
Yeah. I want to transition and talk about C&D, the agency, and talk about some of the work that you guys are doing. One of them is the biggest and the inaugural project that you all are working on, and that is just voters' rights. So I would love to know kind of, how did you guys make the decision that like, no, this is going to be the project that we focus on, and this is how we're going to launch? And then if you can share like upcoming things that you guys are working on as well.
Sure. So for us, it's all about social responsibility, right? And we've been very intentional for ourselves and C&D, the agency, plus our clients, to be people who really believe in giving back and uplifting the community of people who look like us. And so when we thought about our initial launch, we wanted to certainly create a culture where we could continue to promote different things. And so we decided that if we call the initiative Exercise Your Rights, there's so many different places we can go with that. So because it was at the heart of the 2020 election, we were like, let's make give information in one place on our website, where if there's any questions about what the rights are, who do you call, where do you get more information, that they can go to our website and we could be a source of information for people. So that was very important for us. And now, today is National Women's Entrepreneurship Day. And last night we had a C&D, the agency, launch party. And we're continuing initiatives to just celebrate women's entrepreneurship. And as the year go by, as the year, the year's almost over, but as 2021 comes in, we will certainly continue other initiatives around exercise your rights for women in different different areas. And we'll do something big for Women's History Month for sure.
And certainly for this runoff in Georgia that we need to keep pushing.
Yes, absolutely.
People vote and know their rights, and know that if you turn 18 by what date is it, Courtney? I can't remember, but it's a certain date that you can actually register and vote in this upcoming runoff election. So really important.
It is extremely important. I'm so happy and proud of Georgia. Dina, I don't know if you heard earlier, but I'm actually based in New York. So, and I'm from California. So I've lived in blue states basically my entire life. I have lived in Georgia, and that was the first time I lived in a red state. It was really intense for me. So I moved to New York, but
blue now. We are.
I know, and I'm so proud of Georgia being blue. I mean,
I can't believe it.
I'm so proud. So this upcoming voting is so important to keep it blue, because we really need the Senate to also be blue to make sure that we have like true impact that's coming forward. So I'm excited about you guys' project. I'm also excited about the launch and the launch party. As we wrap up our time together, one of the things that I always like to ask folks is if there is any targeted advice that you would give our followers for a safe space for Black girls in the career advice column. So if there's any advice that you all can give, either for someone who's starting out in their career or someone who's been in a career and they're like, I can't stand this and I know I can't, it's time for me to make that change, what would they do?
I have something.
Please.
This is for anybody in any career, whether you're an entrepreneur, you're working in corporate, or it doesn't matter what you're doing. Figure out what you really, really are good at doing and it doesn't necessarily have to be a passion, but something that you really enjoy doing that comes naturally to you, and hone in on that and focus on being the best at that, and then the money will come. Don't focus on what's going to make you the most money. For sure.
I definitely agree with Dina. And if I would add, I think that for women, the older we get, the more confident we get, because experience builds confidence. And so for any woman trying to figure it out, I would just challenge her to put herself around positive people, positive environments that nurture her. And so also whatever self-care, whatever mirror work, whatever she needs to do to convince herself that she's valuable, that everything we do in life is a reflection of how we feel about ourselves inside. So I would certainly encourage women to really understand their worth, put themselves in positive situations and convince themselves of their value, and everything else will kind of work in synchronicity, because I believe that we are certainly how we see the world is a reflection of how we feel inside.
I couldn't agree more. I just want to thank you ladies so much for your time today and for your interview. I'm so excited for you all's agency. If folks want to follow you and they want to learn more about the agency and you personally, how can they find you?
We have our website. It's cndtheagency.com. That's spelled out. And we are also on Instagram and Twitter at CND the Agency. And then I am Miss Marto, MISSMARTO, on Instagram and Twitter.
And I am the Brandista, BRANDISTA, on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. So
that's awesome. Thank you all so much for your time. Again, thank you all for joining us as well.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us. We appreciate it. Thank you.
And Carmen said hello.
Hi, Carmen.
Yes, thank you.